Madam Chair, let me add my voice to this debate. And clearly, if by any chance this clause becomes part of the bill and the VAT on fuel is increased 16%, this will be the saddest day in the history of this country. Madam Chair, if there is one thing that is going to affect the common person, if there is one thing that is going to increase the cost of living in all aspects, it is this proposed increment on the VAT on fuel, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, we all know for sure that fuel is a driver of our economy on all facets, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, if there is one thing that this government should have done to the so-called hustler, was to cushion the hustler from an increment in the cost of fuel. Madam Chair, there is nowhere in the law where we are compelled to have a uniform rate of VAT on all products and services. VAT rates can vary, and they have varied before. Madam Chair, if there is a demonstration of the lack of interest in the welfare of the border, if there's a demonstration of the lack of interest in the welfare of the Mamamboga, it is this decision or attempt by the Kenya Kwanza government to increase VAT on fuel, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, I can tell you, if by any chance, and God forbid, that this finance bill is passed and it becomes an act of parliament, that will mark the beginning of the fall of this regime. I can tell you. It will not take more.
Finally, Leader of Majority.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. And Honorable Speaker, we should not be worried when others prophesy the beginning of the end of a regime, because we have seen many other prophecies before, including those from Shakahola. But Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true, as Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the member for Kilifi. Honorable Speaker, it is indeed true. Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from the member for Kilifi.
Leader of Majority, wind up.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker was saying it is indeed true that a rise in VAT by 8% will occasion a rise in fuel prices, Honorable Speaker. But it must not be lost on us that without the G2G intervention on fuel prices, today, with the dollar trading at 140 shillings plus, the cost of fuel today without the necessary interventions done by this regime would be at a figure of about 210 plus shillings without the interventions that have been taken by government. True, Honorable Speaker, my second point. VAT, it is true what the Leader of Minority says. You can have varying rates of VAT, but it becomes problematic. Members are aware all marketers in this country have taken advantage of the varying interest rates. The problem that we have with claims, VAT claims on input tax, is because of these varying interest rates, and that is a fact that you cannot dispute. 3, Honorable Speaker, our VAT rate at 16% in the region where our country is a market leader and the strongest economy in this region. VAT in Kenya, even at 16%, is still the lowest. Uganda being at 18% on fuel. Our friends in Tanzania, Rwanda, also at 18%, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, we did promise in the campaign that we will reduce taxes and reduction of taxes on fuel, Honorable Speaker. Members. It is true that there have been reductions on taxes on fuel. The chair has enumerated the railway development levy that has gone down. IDF has gone down. And those are taxes and levies on fuel, just as President William RUTO promised during the presidential debate, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Junet, what is out of order?
Chair, Madam Chair, is it in order that this is a house of records and procedure and everything? Is it in order for the majority leader to mislead the House that fuel, the rate of VAT, your fuel in Uganda and Tanzania is higher than Kenya, when he knows very well that fuel is cheaper in Uganda and Tanzania by far, Madam Chair. By far, Madam Chair. When you know.
Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker, you know I have tremendous respect for my friend and my brother, Honorable Junet. And that is why I endeavor to protect him, for people not to shout at him when he's speaking, because he has very good points. And indeed it is true. Fuel could be cheaper in Uganda and Tanzania. But look at the interventions there that include subsidies, the same subsidies that this government did away with at the beginning of this regime. Those subsidies, Honorable Speaker, if you can protect me from John Buddy. Honorable Speaker, and I don't know, Honorable Speaker, protect me from John Buddy, who is up on his feet.
Order, members. Majority Leader.
Thank you for your protection, Madam Speaker. I was saying, Honorable Speaker, the subsidies, and this is a truth that we must speak to our people. The subsidies that were in fuel before this regime came to power were costing taxpayers a whopping 16 billion shillings in a month. The level of debt we are talking about today is because of these subsidies, Honorable Speaker. Therefore, if we speak about what we have saved the people of Kenya, count the 16 billion shillings that we have saved hustlers from paying every month. Count the railway development levy.